Good morning. It's Wednesday, the 18th of October, 2017. Welcome along to United Kingdom Talk, back live in the daytime. Oh, yes. We is back. We did a little live show last night. That all seemed to be working all right now, I'm pleased to say. Bit cold outside. Gosh. A little bit chilly out there today, especially when we had such a nice weather on Monday. Quite cold outside this morning. In fact, last night, when I finished doing my bits and pieces last night, so I'm in bed, and I'd been in bed about half an hour. A little bit of trouble sleeping last night. I got off eventually, but I was cold in bed. I had to go and get out the winter duvet. Oh, yes, the winter duvet. I didn't actually change my duvet. I put it over the one that was on there already. So, yes, winter duvet now out. The next thing to do, next time I change my bed, is flannelette sheets. Goodbye, summer sheets. It's time for nice, warm, cosy flannelette sheets. And you're not getting in it with me either. Now, we've got an anniversary this morning, boys and girls. There is an anniversary, not my anniversary, there's an anniversary. Let me just bring that up for you. Let's just read the email. If you do a show today, this is from the lovely Wendy. Just a moment. We've got background music for this one. La, da, 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 da. The anniversary was with you. Yes. Wendy says, if you do a show today, please could you do me a huge favour? Please wish my mum and stepdad, Sandra and David Blanchard, who are on my Facebook, they're on my thing, a happy 26th wedding anniversary. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding. I should have had bells in here or something like that. So happy 26th anniversary to Sandra and David this morning. Let's see if I can get the words to this. Just a moment. Here we go. La da 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 da. So tell me that I always dance. The anniversary was with you. For Sandra and David this morning on their 26th wedding anniversary. That's brilliant. I wish I could find someone to spend more than 2 hours with. Very, very difficult spending any more than 2 hours with someone the same at the same time. But you've managed 26 years, so congratulations. Don't see that much anymore, do you? Especially with the under 45s. Anyone who's under 45 has generally, at this point, been married about 8 times. Have you noticed that? But I think you're richer, Sandra and David. I think you're much richer staying with that same person, your left or right hand person, for so many years. I think you're richer than the rest of us who chop and change all the blooming time. Dear me. But there we are. Okay, so I did go Slimming World yesterday. If you didn't see the show last night, weren't meant too many people around last night. Mind you, I'm not surprised. It was 12:30. No, it was 1:30. I decided to do a little show last night with my new iPad Mini. Ah, yes. Look at the colour. Look, isn't that lovely? It says gold, but it doesn't look. It looks like a reddish gold on there. It's not. Can I just point out this isn't actually gold? If this was gold, I would have sold up and I would have moved to Barbados by now or somewhere nice and warm like that. Preferably in an area not affected by hurricanes. We can't have all that wind going on. Can't have the wind outside as well as the wind coming out my mouth all the time. So the new iPad is here. So I was playing with that last night. And yesterday I went to Slimming World. We are stable at the moment. 12 stone, 5.5 pounds. Doesn't seem to be coming down at the moment. The girl suggested that I change what I eat because I do tend to eat the same things all the time. So that's to be tried. And this morning I was going to change my breakfast from the what's it, dried oats? Not dried oats. What's it called? Overnight oats. From overnight oats to baked beans and eggs and something else. I can't remember what it was now. But I couldn't be bothered. Because I do the overnight oats 1 or 2 days in advance. So I make up my jar of stuff and it goes in the fridge. And it's so easy. You get up in the morning. You know what you like in the morning. Coming down the stairs, locating the kitchen. Is it there? Who's reaching for that cup of tea? and your breakfast as well, so I didn't do that this morning. Yesterday at Slimming World, I was too late to be the chocolate monitor. I was not head of chocolates yesterday. I got there too late. I wasn't late, but I was too late to do that. Someone else had jumped in. What was her name? Can't remember now. Fiona. Fiona had jumped in. She was head of chocolates yesterday. I was head of nothing. I had held my head down and sat quietly in a corner, refusing to join in with anything. Sulking. I was sulking. Not really. And then Linda came. Linda, who is queen of all of Slimming World, she came out as I was going in with a big bunch of flowers. Hello, Linda. And I grabbed the flowers. I said, oh, thanks ever so much. And she grabbed them back and said, they're not for you. God. What do you have to do to get a bunch of flowers in this world? So that was that yesterday. Came back. I had my dinner, which was done in a slow cooker. And I did one of my corn casseroles. That's corn cubes, peas, onions, chopped up carrots. And I used roast onion gravy. Now, it's a great big thing, this slow cooker. I don't know how many litres it is, but it's a very, very big one. It's like that. And usually I'll put all that in and an entire jar of the roast onion gravy. Now, I was telling the girls at Slimming World about this the other week, and they said I'm putting in too much of that powder stuff, of the roast onion gravy. So this time I only put half in. And I came back and I'm dishing it out. Number one, it was really watery. And number two, not much flavour. So I shall learn a lesson for that, not to listen to other people's suggestions about my food. I do like a nice strong flavour, don't you? Or spices. Do you like spices? Oh, and chilli. I like chilli. Well, this one hasn't got any spices or chilli in it at all. But it did have a lot of that, a whole jar of that roast onion gravy. And to be honest, I mean, I've got some more downstairs for today. I'm considering chucking it away because I didn't really enjoy it too much. Didn't have much taste in it at all. Very, very disappointing. Or what I could do is mix up some more gravy and put it in, couldn't I? Very strong, like a paste. And then mix it in with the rest, and that'll spread around, won't it? Something like that. One of the girls will tell me that. So that was my dinner. Let's just say hello to some of you this morning who are joining us. Mark Jones is in with the first message this morning. Good morning, Mark. Hope you're well, sir. Morning, Mark. Craig Hards, yet another nice email. I've got to read you this, actually. I've got to read you this. I think it was on Craig's wall, or was it the other one? I'm sure it was on Craig's wall. Now, Craig does mobile disco type things and that sort of thing, all right? And Craig keeps getting nice emails from people who he's done jobs for, you know, mobile discos. I'm going to read you this one for you, okay? Now, I used to do mobile discos, including children's parties, weddings, birthdays, that sort of thing. Craig does them. Look, he's got a nice Facebook review here. Had the best party ever. Today we celebrated my son John's 5th birthday, and we had Craig as the entertainer. He is amazing. He worked so hard in the 2 hours. He was dressed as Batman. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Batman! Yes. He worked 2 hours for Batman as the theme was superheroes, and he kept every single 5-year-old entertained the entire time. Would recommend him. He was absolutely super. What a party, and all thanks to Craig. Thank you so much for making my son's birthday a party to remember for years to come. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? There's another one here. Another one here. From someone else. Hi, Craig. Just want to say thanks again for yesterday. All the mums were amazed how fantastic you were. I've only just got around to processing the day, still on a high. You were so talented, and I really noticed how you included every single child, but keeping John at the centre of the party. I presume that was the birthday boy. Hats off to you. You're a really fantastic entertainer and very thoughtful. Thank you. I've written a review on the Facebook page. Isn't that lovely? Isn't it lovely to get thanks like that? And you'll find, Craig, I don't know if you've ever done club DJing or pub DJing. You don't get it for that. You don't get it for that, you know. I was working for a bloke for blooming years. I don't think he ever said thank you once at the end of the night. But he paid me wages, and that's all that matters, isn't it, really? Yes. So lovely emails there. Well done there. All our messages seem to have jumped up there, I think. I've lost a few Have I lost a few on there? Maybe I can do it on here. I don't know. 1 second now. I think I've lost it. It's kind of jumped up and a load of messages have just disappeared. That does happen sometime. Oh, wait, no, I can get it on here. 1 minute. Let's see if it's on here. Don't like to miss anyone out. Sometimes it's not possible to read them all, because so many of them come up, unfortunately. So it gets a bit impossible to keep all of them there. Dear me. No, I think I'll... Oh, gosh. What's happened there? Gets more and more complicated, this does. Oh, there's Diane. Good morning to Diane this morning. So I'm picking up where Diane is. I can't go back any further. Sorry about that. Wendy's there. Good morning, Wendy. Hello to Sandra, who's watching the show. Good morning, Sandra. Hope you're well today, lady. Diane, a little bit late this morning. Again, Diane is not getting in there first. I reckon you must sit there by the computers, see who can get the first message in. Is that what goes on? Mark Cording is there. Good morning, Mark. Ashley's there again. Good morning, Ashley. Have you got the number for the phone in? Yes, I have. Thank you very much. Have I opened a line yet? No, not yet, Ashley. Patience, dear. Patience. We can't just open the phone straight away, dear. I would never get any more stories out. Stand by, Ashley. And why aren't you at work today? Shouldn't you be at work at this time? Shocking. Good morning, Adrian. Let's have a look. Oh, he's doing drop delivery today, is that right? Good morning to Luke Bickers. It was his birthday the other day. He's with us on YouTube, I think, aren't you, Luke? Good morning, Luke. Good morning, Timothy. Good morning, Timbo. Can't seem to get your plates. Keep saying error occurred. Does it really? Oh, don't know why that is. Lee. Good morning, Lee Moosdale. How are you, sir? We can't hear your background music. It would have been a good idea if I pushed the button, Lee. There's so much to remember. And, there's Adam the plumber. Is it freezing for everyone this morning? Hope it's not my end. I can't see anything wrong here. I did have it freezing on the computer there that I was watching the kind of playback on earlier. All right. There we are. And... Mark's in waiting for a DHL delivery. Well, I hope you don't have to wait too long, Mark. Right? Good. So that was yesterday afternoon. Then we went to Reading. Me and my friend went to Reading. We went to the Apple store to purchase my new iPad mini. I've never had an iPad mini. It's taken me about three years to part with the money for one of these. It really has. Do that, and it does things. I bought this really so that when I do the little nighttime shows in the living room, which we've started doing now, occasionally, not every night, and I can just line up news stories and then just touch that, and the news story comes up instantly on the screen like that, and it's very good. It's difficult to see it on. There you go. If I hold it like that, you can see a news story there. And one that I had last night was about Ikea. You know Ikea? Do you ever get Ikea stuff, the flat pack furniture? And it said, since the first Ikea opened in the UK, 1987. So that's 87, 97, 30 years ago, the first Ikea opened. I remember it opening. It was very exciting. We were very excited by this new idea. I mean, we already had MFI, but MFI were always considered the cheap end of stuff, weren't they? Although, and it was always said to be not very good quality. But I have to tell you, I've got an MFI kitchen downstairs, and other than a runner failing, what the drawers go into, which I was able to pick up on eBay just about 5 or 6 years ago now. Other than that, it's been fine. It's not like falling apart or anything. And the kitchen was put in when I moved here in 1992. So 1992, 1993, I had this MFI kitchen put in by a friend of mine, actually, Steve. And what's that under there? Hang on a minute. I'm going to put my slippers on. My feet are cold. It is cold today. And it's been fine, so perhaps not so much rubbish after all, the MFI stuff. Of course, MFI closed some years ago now. But we have Ikea. And Ikea were like, considered much higher than MFI. And I've got a few IKEA items here. I've got a big table downstairs, like a glass top table, although the glass detached itself from the top. So it's kind of wood at the bottom like that. And then it's got like 4 posts on which sits a very large piece of very heavy glass. And recently what's been happening there is that if I push the table, the glass pushes. You know, it almost comes off the table. So I got these little sticky pads from Wix or B&Q, one of those places. I got these little sticky pads, No More Nails. Now, they're not the normal sticky pads which you would get in Ryman's, you know, like just double-sided, weak sticky. These are called No More Nails, and they're little pads like that. So I put one on each, one on each post, and I lined the glass up because it already had marks from where it was stuck before, and simply dropped it down, and that seems to have solved the problem. So I've got a long table like that. I've also got a little square table. Both of these things are on wheels, and I've got a television cabinet, which is not so much a cabinet, but now a table, because when I got the 50-inch telly, I don't know, about 8 years ago now, something like that, it wouldn't go in the cabinet. So I took, and it was in like 2 halves, so I kept the bottom bit and I chucked the other bit out years ago. So I've got some few IKEA bits and pieces. I also had a glass cabinet once, which was at the top of the stairs, which I gave away eventually. But it's all good quality stuff, IKEA and all that, isn't it? Really? I mean, I've got, you know, so much of that. I haven't been in an IKEA for ages. There's one in Croydon, but it's just a nightmare to get to. And there's one in Wembley as well. They're the nearest ones to me, and they're just awful to get to. And the checkout, the whole thing, the stuff in there is good. I just don't like going in there, really, to IKEA. It says, since the first IKEA opens, families have grappled with the frustration of flat-pack furniture to fill their homes with Scandinavian stores designs, and today it's the nation's largest furniture retailer. They've transformed a London house to recreate living rooms throughout the decades, and it's got all different pictures of stuff here. The 80s, the 90s, and it's good. I've got like lots of shelving units and things like that. I don't know if you can visit it. It says, and it goes through the different years. This was in yesterday's Daily Mail. It says, if you look online, you can probably still find this story. If you type in Daily Mail IKEA, you can read the whole story there. It says, in the future, with its clinical lighting, bleached furniture and hushed atmosphere, it may look like a dentist's surgery, but the home of the future has plenty of surprises in store. On one wall are float light panels, motion activated by sensors in the ceiling, which have models including soft sunset, white and dark. At present, the panels, 55 quid for a 30 centimetre square, are operated by a dimmer switch, but it's hoped in future we will control them all with our phones. So like a, you know, just like a do that, I suppose, and lights will come on and change and things like that. You can, of course, already get, I think it's Philips that make them, as well as some other people, light bulbs, like LED light bulbs that change colour, and you have a remote control. I mean, I don't know, you know, if you're sitting in the living room, how many times are you going to pick up that remote control and change the colour of your lights? It's all right when you first get this stuff, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Oh, fab, you know, I can change the colour on that light, and, you know, for 10 minutes, oh, look, and then you put it away. You probably leave it on white. So what's the point of getting them in the first place? I can't see that happening. People sitting there changing their blooming lights on. Oh, let's have a little bit of blue today. Oh, I don't like the... No, let's try the... Oh, I don't like the red. I'm going to put the yellow on. No, I don't like the yellow. Oh, can you sit like that all the time? Oh, I just put it back on white and be done with it. I think it's a waste of money buying these different coloured lights. I don't know. Thank you, Adam. Adam the plumber says Philips Hue lights. I know Philips do them as well as some other people as well, which is quite good. Good morning, Vera. Vera's with us this morning. Adam eats in the IKEA restaurant all the time. Oh, yes, it's dirt cheap in there, isn't it? Dirt cheap in the IKEA restaurant. Do you have the dead animal balls? I do wonder, you know those meatballs, I do wonder sometimes what they're made out of. You know, are they like a large animal's testicles or something like that you're munching into? Oh, God. Oh, my word. How awful. Ghastly, dear. Ghastly. Kevin says, I like your iPad, like mine, one in gold. Yes, it's there. And they only had the 4. I went in and said, I wonder if there's much difference between the 4, 3 and 2. And of course, they only had the 4 in. They only have the latest ones in iPad. So I'm very pleased with that. Very, very pleased with that. It's very cold in East Lindenshire. Oh, East Lincolnshire Wolds. What a lovely place, Sandra. Sandra, I don't mind telling you, but I'm always on Right Move looking at the Lincolnshire Wolds. You know my sister. I'm sure you know her. Of course you know her, dear. She's in Woodall Spa. That's all right, but you go out a bit further. My God, the beautiful little places you can have. Like in the middle of nowhere. You know, no one around you. No one around you. There was one particular one. I think it was about 160, 170,000. It was this little place, and it had like a paddock with it. You know, a great big field, which you could make your garden. And I can just see myself, Sandra, on a little tractor going up and down, cutting the grass. I'd love that. Oh, yes. Morning. Wendy says, no, her computer's not freezing, so it must be perhaps a few of you are having little problems with the Facebook. Like there seems to be quite a few updates on Facebook at the moment. They did something with the videos a while ago. It was about 2 weeks ago, 1 to 2 weeks ago. And now I have trouble playing the videos as well. Yes, so I don't know what they're changing around up there. All right. Adrian says Knightsbridge is nice and warm. Well, I was there last week, wasn't I? Yes, Harrods afternoon tea. Very nice. It was nice. Don't get me wrong. Service, great. Food, great. You know, enough of it. Yeah, well, they said, you know, you want anything else, just ask and we bring it. You want more sandwiches, just keep asking. And you pay your one fee and that's it, which is expensive. But it's a nice afternoon out. Harrods afternoon tea. But, no, I won't say it's a but. The room itself, the Gregorian restaurant, Georgian or Gregorian, one of the two. Georgian restaurant, I think it is. It's very big, it's very bright, but there's no character in there. It's lacking character. When we've been to other hotels for afternoon tea and places, they all got character, like little knickknacks on shelves and pictures on the wall and things like that, and nice, you know, carpet with decorations on it and all that business. Harrods doesn't have that. It's spotlessly clean. It's very comfortable. Service great. Food great. No character in the room, I'm afraid. Or at least I didn't. We both didn't feel that. But nice to go to. Nice to go to, Adrian. Georgian. It is Georgian. Thank you, Adrian. Have you been up there? Do you find that? Did you find that? Don't get me wrong. I didn't dislike it. I would go again. No problem. You know, especially if someone paid for me. Cordy likes the Ikea hot dogs and meatballs. I don't know what they're made out of, Cordy. You could be biting in something that you didn't want to bite into. Dead animal balls, that's what we call them. Dead animal balls, yeah. Lee's got a red light in his bedroom. Yeah, I expect you are. Have you, Lee? Do you still make much money from that red light at your age now, my lovey? Do you, lovey? Huh? Work dried up a little bit, has it? I'm sure that's not the only thing that's dried up there either. Good morning to Callum, who's applied for Britain's Got Talent. Good luck with that, Callum. I never advise anyone to go for X Factor or Britain's Got Talent, I'm afraid, Callum, simply because I don't like the way they take the mick out of people. I really don't. You know, people who, not you, because you can sing, but people that can't sing, even some people that can sing, they kind of, you know, oh, God, not him again and all this. I don't like all that. I'm sorry. So I wish you luck, but I would have personally advised you to go on The Voice, because that they don't take the mick out of people on there. I really don't like the whole X Factor, Britain's Got Talent type thing. I just don't like the setup. Sorry, mate. Don't like it. But good luck. Cordy says, I work for McDonald's, so you know. McDonald's. Well, you know exactly what you're getting in there, don't you? Good. So that was yesterday. So we went to, as I say, the Apple place, and I bought the iPad. Fantastic service in there. Bloke in there, about 26, 27, 30. Knew exactly what he was talking about. asked what I wanted to do with it. I told him. He showed me exactly what to do with it. And then he mentioned that they have courses there. They have daytime courses, free of charge, and anyone can go to these. So if you've got a gadget, like an iPad, iPhone, anything like that, and you want to learn something about it, you can see what courses there are and ring them up and say, oh, I'd like to come in. Yep, 11 o'clock on Tuesday morning. And you just go. How fantastic is that? No doubt you would get demonstrations of some of the accessories, which, of course, people would buy and think, I think that's an excellent idea. You know, Apple doing these courses. And he was such a nice bloke, and I was happy to give over my credit card in the end. Take it, I was going. And that was all well and good. And my mate, he's got an Apple iPhone case, and it's had a little chip out of the corner, and he showed it to the bloke. The bloke did no more, didn't even ask for a receipt, took the case off and gave him a new one. That is service, boys and girls. That is service. And I've always thought that the Apple gear is top-notch quality. Yeah, of course it goes wrong the same as everyone else, but I don't think it goes wrong as much as other stuff goes wrong. And if I was starting in computers and things like that, I'd probably go down the Apple route. But I'm all PC in here. Everything is not politically correct. Personal computer. I'm all PC in here. And once you've kind of bought into one system, it's difficult to come out of it because everything would have to be changed. You know, in this room, I know how everything works. And if something goes wrong, generally I can fix it. Whereas I'd be buying into a completely different system, you see. Cordy says, I did the Apple thing, how to get the best out of your Apple devices. What, you went to one of the little courses, did you? Isn't that great? I think that's great, having something like that. I really do. Fantastic. Kevin's been to one as well. Good. Jim says, when's the DJ course, Chris? I don't know, Jim. Don't do it anymore, Jim. Don't do DJing anymore. Thank you very much. Come out of that. Bored with that. Oh, it is boring. Sitting there putting on one record after. Well, it wasn't so bad with records. Didn't get bored with records. But dragging and dropping music on a computer screen is so boring. With karaoke, you can get involved with people, you know, which is so much more fun. So much more fun. Adrian says, not the guys are fit in Apple. They're all fit in Apple, Adrian. Have you been in there? Callum tried for the voice, but never got through. Okay. Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see, darling. We'll have to see. Right, let's have a look here. Now, where did we get to? So we went to Reading for the iPad. As I say, great service in there. Ronnie's, my mate's he's got a bad arm at the moment. He had an operation on his arm because he's had a lot of problems with his arm. So, and it's become a bit infected and it's painful. So we popped over to the Royal Berkshire Hospital. He had an appointment with the doctor there who looked at it and seemed to be quite happy with it. And he said, you know, you've just had an operation. It takes time for things to fix themselves. And basically, I think he gave him some painkillers, come back in 2 weeks type thing and see how it is. But the doctor did appear to be happy with it. He did offer my friend a steroid injection into his arm. I'm not quite exactly sure what that would do. And the doctor said to him, you can have it now, I can do it now for you, or you can come back in a couple of weeks. And my mate, one thing he really hates is he doesn't like injections. He hates injections. In fact, I would go as far as saying he is afraid of injection. Oh, I'll think I'll come back. And so, obviously, I'm in the room as well, but you don't join in with the conversation. It's not my appointment. But at that point, I said, well, why don't you just have it now? Oh, I don't know if I want to have it now. I said, have it now. It's done. You know, had that injection now. In 5 minutes' time, you'll be walking out that door and it'll be done. Oh, well, yeah, I think I might. And the doctor's gone out. And he said, my mate's going, I don't know if I should be having this or not. And I said, all you got to do, just keep looking at me. Do not look behind you now. And the doctor came in. And Ronnie starts talking about the injection. So I change the subject and talk to him about something else. And I keep talking and I'm watching. While I'm looking him straight in the face, I said, just keep looking at me. Don't look around you. Do not look. And the worst thing you can do if you don't like needles. And I hate needles. I hate needles. If I'm having something done, I do not look. Even the flu injection. The flu injection is a very small needle. It's not even big, but I can't look at it. Oh, no, that bit of metal going into my arm. God knows how drug people inject themselves with all sorts of bits and pieces. How the hell do you do that? You know, you get your own arm and you... Oh, no! No. And do you know, I think I'm worse... I don't know what's worse. Needles or spiders? What's worse for you, needles or spiders? Thank you, Cordy. I should let him know that. Do you like needles or spiders? So the doctor's doing his stuff, and I saw him do that. And my mate's talking, and he said, "Little scratch." I said, "It's only a little. So it's not that big, and all that business." And then he put it in his arm. My mate's gone like that. He's gone like that. I said, "Just keep looking at me, Ron. Look at me. Open your eyes. Look at me. Look at me." And I can't remember what I was talking about now. Some old crap that I come out with. Same as doing the show, really, isn't it? There's nothing of interest to anyone. I just sit here, rabbiting away. I don't know where the words come from sometimes. They just pour out of my mouth, don't they? They pour out my mouth. Cordy says, like when they say, this won't hurt and pains is mad. Actually, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Wendy says, needles. Spiders don't bother me as long as they don't crawl on me. There could be one under your chair now, Wendy, waiting to jump on you. Would be like that if you were in Australia, my love. Massive great things they are there. And and then I saw it, and my mate's gone like this, and the doctor's going 5, 4, 3. Oh, don't take any notice of that old counting, Ronnie. Da 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 da. And it was out. And the bloke says, "Okay, it's done." And my mate went, he said, "Already?" I said, and he's like, "Yeah." And he looked at me, he said, "How big was the needle?" I said, "Well, about that big." But he hates needles. And so, you know, we're going out now. I said, "There you go, you sit. I told you, out in 4 minutes. 4 minutes that took. If you had decided to come back for that in 2 weeks, the whole 2 weeks, you'd be worried about that needle. Nope, get it done there. It's like going to the dentist, isn't it? Which reminds me, I must make an appointment. I haven't been to the dentist for about 9 months now. You know, the teeth are literally falling out of my head. It could be that, you know, I'm doing a show one day and suddenly my teeth just drop out, you know, rotten, like crumbling away in front of you. Bits of tooth all over the camera in front of me. Or that one, or that one. 3 cameras in here, thank you very much. I've only used one this morning, haven't I? That's because I'm too busy chatting away to you. So he was pleased he had it done. There's no point in holding on, waiting for another week. And then the whole week you'll be thinking about it. As I say, like going into a dentist, well, you need a filling. I can do it now, or you can cut. No, do it now. Do it now. Get it over with. Because, you know, if the dentist says, yes, we'll do a filling, we can do a filling now, right? In 10 minutes, it will be done. You will have had the injection, had the drill, had the white stuff or whatever it is shoved into your tooth. It will all be dry. You'll be walking out that dentist in 10 minutes. Or you can spend 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks worrying about what's going to happen. Get it done, sorted, and that's it. All right, good. Now let's have a look. Wendy's now looking under a. She's now looking under her chair to see if there's a spider under there. Spider. What's that nursery one with a spider? Curds and Whey. Miss Moffat had a spider sitting down with her curds. I can't remember what that one is. So we did that. Came home, had a little bit of a sleep, got up, and started setting up my iPad, which was it's a mini iPad. It's a little one, mini iPad. I found the big one's too big, you know, and they're heavy. They're heavy. So it's a mini iPad. Started setting up that, went in like a breeze. But when I opened Safari, I found all these bookmarks. Hundreds and hundreds of bookmarks, some which I deleted ages and ages ago. And you can delete them easily. You know, delete one. But I couldn't find out how to delete the whole lot. So I did a little search on the internet. Nope, couldn't find it anywhere. So I rang up my nephew, Gary Butler International. and asked him, and he didn't know either, and he did a bit of searching on the internet, and we realised what was happening is that there seems to be bookmarks of mine stored in the iCloud. And what had happened is that they'd all come down when I signed into my iCloud. So we turned that off and they've all disappeared. So I've got a completely clean slate. See, what you can do, if you've got an iPhone and an iPad, you can set it up so that they both mirror each other. So what's on there becomes what's on there. But I don't want that because there's stuff on here that I don't need on there. And it's pointless clogging up machines with stuff that you don't need. So I wanted to set it up as a completely new one. And that's indeed what I've done. And not so much doing the data. And while I'm sitting here chatting to you like this in the studio, I don't need to use that in here. But for downstairs, very, very useful. Very useful. And you get your newspapers on that and all that business. Oh, I found out with newspapers. Here's the thing, right? If you download, like, for example, now they don't all charge. I think the Sun charges £5 a month or something like that. Now, if you download the app, it will cost you £5 a month to read the Sun. If you look at the Sun website via Safari, there's no charge. And it's the same. I noticed it was the same with another couple of the newspapers as well. You know, if you download the app, that's going to cost you X amount per month. If you look at it via the web, it's free. So obviously you look at it via the web, and that's the better thing to do, isn't it? All right. Good morning, Pamela. Pamela just joined us. Good morning, Pamela. I remember you from the other day sharing the show with everyone on the old Periscope, aren't you there? Good. Let's have a look. Oh, Cordy says they check my iron levels, so needles, the dentist is okay. So, I mean, I have several needles per year, taking blood out and having a look at it. And I have a flu injection every year. I never get used to that. I never get used to it. Okay. And some people are better at it than others, aren't they? They shove a needle in you and you can feel the sharp point. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Yeah, I remember you, Pamela. Welcome back to the show, my darling. All right. Oh, thank you. I see you've invited people as well. Thank you, as always. Thank you, those of you that take the time to share the show to your Facebook wall. That is very much appreciated, okay? Good morning to Adrian, who says, call Apple Helpline. They will help you move things. I've done it already. Yeah, I've done it already. So I simply turned off the iCloud bookmarks thing, and that's got rid of them all. Although I think I'd like to delete all the bookmarks from the iCloud, actually, because there's a lot of pointless stuff up there. Half the websites don't work anymore, and a lot of radio stuff and stuff like that I just don't look at anymore. So I must find out a way of deleting all my bookmarks from the iCloud there. So thank you very much. Evening Standard is free. Yes, indeed it is. Now what's that called? That's called This Is London, isn't it? That one. My dad used to work for the Evening Standard years and years ago. I lost my dad in 1996. But, 60s, 70s, 80s, that was his job. Worked for the Evening Standard. I went up there to the offices once. Cool, that must have been around 1968 or something like that. All glass. It was a bit like the offices. You know when you see those old police detective programs in America? Old ones, where they're like all glass doors and all that. His offices were a little bit like that. You know, proper words, and not like now. Some of these offices, they're just like put up like partitions, don't they? With a gap at the bottom, and the gap. Oh, that's worse than that is when they do that in toilets. I hate toilets like that, don't you? And a lot of the pubs and public places have got not walls but partitions. So you've got this gap at the bottom. This bit of, I don't know what it is, MDF or something, and another big gap at the top. And you can hear everything that the man is the noises next door, in the cubicle next door. It's disgusting. I hate toilets like that. Please, if you're going to have a toilet put in, can we have full-length walls? They don't have to be solid brick or anything, but for God's sake, man, we don't like the gap at the top and the bottom. It's horrible. Horrible. So set up my iPad. Then I embarked on a cleaning program. I'm not the world's best cleaner. You know, I just I don't like doing it. I don't like cleaning, but I decided, I've been looking at my kitchen top, in particular where the sink is. I've got the stainless steel sink downstairs. Oh my God, it was filthy. There were bits of rice and all sorts of stuff on there. So I got out the spray, left it on there for a while, rubbed it, and I got this little plastic sponge, which I have to rub that really hard to get that scum off. What's it called? Is it scale? When you got water, when you keep dripping water onto it and it builds up. So I rubbed that off and cleaned up my nice kitchen, chucked a load more stuff out because we're doing a clear out at the moment, which is going on a bit really. This week I got rid of a load of old plastic pots. I mean, there are tens of 20, 30, 40 pots I chucked in the bin. Loads of plastic pots. So I've got rid of those. Last night I got rid of some stuff in the kitchen. I had a good clear out. Lime scale. Thank you, Pamela. Lime scale. That's the one. Pamela wants to know, how do you do a video with two people? Not as I'm doing it now. No. What you have to do is do the video with an iPhone. Or perhaps on the computer, but the software I use at the moment that I'm talking to you with, I can't do it like this. But I do those, Pamela, at night, and that's only on Facebook. So that don't go on Periscope or YouTube. It only goes on Facebook. So at night time, if I'm here at night time, which can be any time sort of between sort of 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. in the morning, then sometimes I set up my phone downstairs and we do a Facebook Live, and then I can bring people's videos in on it. I don't know if you're on my Facebook, Pamela, but if you have a look at last night's show, which is it might be the one below this one, you'll see United Kingdom Talk nighttime, or I can't remember what I called it now, because I was trying to think of a slightly different name to use for the shows at night to make them different from the day ones, and they are very different. They are different, but people can video call in, and we can have their picture on the and the screen actually splits in half, and I'm on one half and they're on the other half, so that's quite nice, and it works very well. It works very well to a point. Now, the quality that you're seeing this picture in is like, high definition. When you're doing it at night time, they've reduced the definition to about half, which is okay, but let me compare it to watching an old type of television to today's television. So watching this now probably is as good as watching your telly at home, the clarity and the sharpness of the lines. At night time, that sharpness has gone, and it's kind of a little bit blurred around the edges. But you'll see what I mean. Just go on my Facebook, facebook.com/Christofer UK. Look at the show last night. I think it says United Kingdom Talk Wednesday night or something like that. And if you watch the whole thing, there are actually 3 video calls on there. 3 video calls on there. What I do notice is that when you're taking a video call, the audio synchronization goes out. So you'll hear someone, but the lips might not be moving at quite the same rate. And now my guess is they'll be working on that to try and sort that out. But that goes out. As soon as the caller goes, the synchronization seems to snap back. Oh, did you like that? Seems to snap back in again. So have a little look at that, all right? Facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK. Chris wants to know, good morning, Duke, wants to know, was your phone number to call in? What, you want to know where it is? It's not open at the moment. Do you want it up there? I'll put the phone number up there. There you go. There you are. Especially if you talk at the same time. Don't know, Pam. I haven't noticed that, to be honest. The audio from my end was all right. But certainly there was a guy called in from Wales, Danny. His audio wasn't too good, but I think that might have been him because the other 2 callers were fine. Okay, there's the phone number, 020-8144-3477 if you want to join in this morning. Okay, what's the phone number? There it is. There it is. You taking calls? You can call in if you want. No swearing, no, Chris, or I'll cut you straight off, darling. You will be disconnected from the call. 020-8144-3477 if you want to give us a call this morning, boys and girls, okay? It's only open for 10 minutes. 10 minutes because it's nearly time to go swimming. It is. Adrian says, Harrods toilets are wonderful. They certainly are. Wow. Harrods toilets are wonderful. And there's a man in there cleaning and doing stuff, isn't he? Not that sort of stuff, fortunately. But yeah, there's a bloke in the Harrods toilets, and he's cleaning and giving out sprays and all that. And you don't give him £1. It's not like going in a pub toilet and that bloke sitting in there with all his sprays and things. That's £1, please. £1 for a spray. Jeez, dear me. Harrods toilets. If you want to go and visit a nice toilet, go and visit Harrods. Okay, there's your phone number, 020 8144 3477 if you want to call in this morning. If you've got Skype, you can Skype in. The Skype in number is United Kingdom Talk. So that's the thing, Pamela. So nighttime, it's only on Facebook, okay? Because there doesn't seem to be a way of connecting the two things, or at least I haven't found a way of doing that yet. It's only on Facebook. You can do video calling. What I can't do is play you a video at the beginning and at the end of the show and put pictures up. Like, for example, tonight, I'm hosting quiz tonight, so I can do that and tell you about my quiz night tonight. Now, the quiz night will be coming to an end just after Christmas. Just to let you know that, I've already been warned. The pub's having a refit. They're not having the quiz back because it's going to become a gastro pub, or it's very unlikely they're going to have the quiz back. That's what the blokes told me. So you've just got another couple of months of this quiz to go. If you want to join us tonight and every Wednesday up to Christmas, except one in November. I'm away in November. I hope that's not going to be someone ringing my door. Hang on a minute. Let me just turn that off there. That will turn that off there. Let me put that up there. So tonight's the quiz at the King's Head Theatre Bar, Upper Street, Islington. It's nice and easy going. All right. It's not too... It's not for massively intelligent people. I'm certainly not a massively intelligent people. Just a bit of a laugh. So if you want to come along to that, then it's the King's Head Theatre Bar, Upper Street, Islington, tonight and every Wednesday, 8:30 to 10:30. All right. Chris, the phone's open. Are you going to call in, dear? I've opened those lines for you, dear. No one else. Come on. Chop, chop. Can't be here all day. Chop, chop. Chop, chop. Yes. That's right. So that's the quiz tonight. Let's see. So, as I say, I cleaned out the kitchen last night, and that is looking sparkling clean. Not only that, I've got a couple of things in the kitchen I need to sort out. I have now 2 drawers of many things. You must have one in your kitchen, have you? Drawers of many things. It was 1. It's now 2 drawers of many things. What goes in there? Oh, I'll put that screw in there. I'll put that rubber band in there. Oh, I'll put that pair of glasses in there. You know the sort of thing. I've now got 2 drawers of many things that need to be cleared out. And I've also got a table of quite a few things. And I've been chucking stuff away on the table last night. It was stuff that sits there. I'll put that away later. 4 months later, the damn thing is still sitting there. You're never going to use it again. Never, ever going to use it again. Oh, yeah, that's the way it is. So I did that. Then I changed the living room around. And the reason I changed the living room around is I want to get a comfortable chair. Now, I've got a nice corner unit, but it doesn't have a back. It's like half a back. And after a while, it's a nice corner unit. Got that from John Lewis. It's about 3 or 4 years old now. It's lovely. But after a while, I'm just not comfortable with it. So yesterday, when we was in House of Fraser in Reading yesterday, when I was going to, we walked through there to get to the Apple store. So we're in House of Fraser, and I found this chair. Oh my! And it was half price, and it was so comfortable. It was so comfortable. It really was. And I was tempted to buy it. I thought I don't know where I can put it. So last night I moved the corner unit around like that. Now, that means the living room is now split in half because one side, that corner unit, which is now like that. Now, to do it properly, I've now got to move the telly over to the other side, but and then that will give me possibly room for the chair. But I don't know. It just looks a bit odd to me now. Maybe you just get used to it being in the same sort of way, don't you? Around all that time. So I moved that around last night, and then, as I say, I did a little show after that, and then came to bed. All right, so that's good. Let's have a look at that. I'll have to have a look at that. I can't just read stuff like that, I'm afraid. Nathan, I can't just suddenly read stuff out like because you know I have to be sure that it's all right and all that. Okay. Wendy's off. Bye bye, Wendy. Hope you can catch the rest of us later on. All right, my darling. What's Pamela saying? When I change. When you change what, darling? When you change what? So that was done. And that's it, really. There we are. That's my day yesterday. I managed to speak to my nephew, and I'm very pleased to see that I've now got an idea of what he wants for Christmas present. He likes super dry stuff, and we've got a super dry here in Bracknell. Alternatively, by the way, if you're near Oxford, there's a 20%. I can't get down there, unfortunately. But if you like Ralph Lauren stuff, they've got a 20% off thing happening there tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's 20% off everything in the store at the Ralph Lauren Outlet Centre in Bicester in Oxford. So that would be worth going. All right? Good. Thank you, Nathan. Sorry, mate. You know, I do get quite a few of those, actually, Nathan, and I tend not to read them out because I just don't know the person. You know, I'm sure you do, but I just don't know the person, and we'll leave it at that if that's all right, okay? All right, now, we were talking about the dentist. In this morning's BBC News website, it says, going to the dentist is something that many would want to avoid. Absolutely. Oh, dear. But how about it if you faced a penalty fine? More than 40,000 people a year in England are getting fines of £100 from an automated system that dentists say is hitting the most vulnerable. I didn't know about this. They warn that people such as dementia sufferers are unfairly getting caught up in a system meant to stop fraudsters from getting free treatment. The NHS accepts there's a problem with errors and it's promising changes. The fines are being applied by a random screening process that checks on whether people going to the dentist are really eligible for free treatment. But dentists say rising numbers of people with dementia or those learning difficulties are being unfairly fined. So, I mean, obviously they've got to do something about that. Now, this is very interesting. This is very interesting, this story to me. And I'll tell you why. I get prescriptions. I usually have at least 1-2 items per month. One of the prescription things I get, I don't mind telling you, is this powder stuff, and it comes in a big box, and you get 50 sachets. I'm prescribed 50 sachets, and that keeps things flowing through, shall we say? Because I tend to have a little bit of a problem with my stomach, and it holds on to stuff. I think the word you're looking for is constipation. And I've had this now for 2 years. So I have this powder stuff and it kind of keeps everything flowing. So I have to buy that. And that's £8 every time. So that's £8 a month, whatever. Maybe there'd be something else like a little bit of an asthma spray, although I'm not using so much of that at the moment. So I buy, the NHS do a little card. It's called a prepayment certificate, but it's actually like a little credit card thing. So I buy that once a year. I think last year it was about £114. And for that, you have as many prescriptions as you want. There's no £8 fee. That's it. You've paid that. That's it. Now, when you go and collect your prescriptions, you get a little form to fill out and you tick various boxes and things like that. One of the boxes is, do you have a prepayment certificate? So you tick that and that's it. Now, the last couple of times I've gone in and I've got the little box there and I've ticked that box and I've got my card ready and I said, hey, do you want to write the number of that? Oh, no, that's okay. And I thought, well, how does she know I haven't got that I've got that card, or indeed that it's in date, because obviously you have to renew it every year. She didn't write down a number. Then I thought, well, maybe she knows my face, so that's okay. But then I thought, well, where does that bit of paper go now? Does it not go to some sort of department authority that would then look at this piece of paper that I've signed, check the number on it, and then go onto some sort of computer and check the number against a name to check that I do actually own that card? And I was quite surprised. I didn't say anything to her. I was quite surprised. What's to stop someone from going down there today and saying, oh, I've got one of those prepayment cards. Oh, okay, we'll just tick the box. That's a little bit too trusting for me, isn't it? Do you not think so? So I don't think anyone checks the prescriptions you hand in against some sort of data bank of numbers of people who have got prepaid certificates. And similarly, what if you're entitled to free prescriptions anyway? Do you just tick that box and then that's it? Doesn't anyone check these things? I mean, that's shocking. That is absolutely shocking. And we all know there are people here who get free treatment who are not entitled to it. How easy is it to get something done for nothing on the NHS without you even having to ever have paid into the system? That's just madness. So it doesn't seem to be any checks, does it? Is it just done on trust? Tick that box there. Okay. So, if, I don't know. So if you went down there, you need a prescription, gone to the doctor, you got your prescription, you go down there. Okay, that's £8.75. Oh, I'm entitled to free treatment. Oh, okay, just tick that box there. Is anyone checking this stuff? That's madness. Madness. Nathan says, move to Wales. Wales. Nathan, where are you in Wales? There's some beautiful parts of Snowdonia. I intend to go on a caravan holiday there at some point. Wales. Wales. A lot of people from Liverpool go to Wales, don't they? Go to Wales. Anyway, so that's the NHS story there. Very, very odd. But watch out for your dentist. I must make a dentist appointment. Must. Okay, one more little story for you today, boys and girls, and then we're going. It says here in this morning's Super Soaraway Sun. Look at this. Online shoppers may have to wait for a text before they can check out in a bid to tackle an explosion in fraud. The Home Office is examining the scheme to prevent criminals stealing card details. British people could be given high-tech credit cards with security numbers that change every hour to tackle the £10 billion explosion in online fraud. I wonder how they do that. When they say the security number, do they mean those 3 or 4 digits at the end? On the back of the card. I've got American Express, so we have 4 digits on there. But the other ones, they're on the back, and I think they're 3 digits. I think that's the security card. How would you change it? Is there like a little thing on? Oh, mind you, maybe they do it with, that thing that you put your card in, and then you push some buttons, and it gives you a security number. Maybe it means something like that. It says one idea being considered is a widespread launch of credit and debit cards that contain a revolving electronic 3-digit security code. How clever is that? Like a number of app-based IDs. Dubbed the motion code. The card contains a small display across the signature slip, which generates a new code or CVV every hour. 2 French banks. Bonjour, mon ami, comment ça va? Did you see how I just slipped into another language then? Yeah, I can do all the languages. Chinese. Ooh, 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 ooh. German. Thailand. I can do all the languages, dear. Any language you want me to do. Punjabi. Good morning, sir. Yes. Anyway, dubbed the emotion card. 2 French banks and institutions in Poland. How does that work? 2 French banks and institutions in Poland. Why aren't they in France? I don't understand that. They've already carried out some tests on the high-tech plastic. Experts claim it would slash so-called card not present fraud, where thieves use details skimmed or cloned from an ATM scanner. So that's a good idea, isn't it? So you'd have little numbers going around on your credit card all day long, wouldn't you? It'd be like doing bingo. Oh, we do like a bit of bingo. Nathan, Blenavon, World Heritage Town. Is it really? Is that where you are? Blenavon, World Heritage. Oh, you are. You're sounding very posh now. You're not in a mansion or something like that, are you, Nathan? Are you? All right. Let's do today's birthdays. It's birthday time, boys and girls. Whose birthday is it today? Well, we've got 11 birthdays this morning. First of all, Brandon Carpenter, star of films. Those type of films. Yes. Happy birthday, Brandon. 23 years old today. Happy birthday, Brandon. He's on holiday at the moment in Florida. We love Florida. I love Florida. Happy birthday, Brandon. Happy birthday to Ants Galloway, 55 years old today. Oh, just a little bit older than me. I'll be that in 4 months' time. Pension man came round Monday. Did you know that? Happy birthday to Ants, 55 today. Geraldine Holder, one of our beautiful Manilow ladies, 69 today. Happy birthday, Geraldine. Not long to... Have you seen the man this year, Geraldine? I'm sure you must have done. David Nash, happy birthday, David. Looking very marvellous in that suit, David. You really are. Happy birthday. David Howe. Hello, David. 35 years old today. Oh, 35 years old today. Always with the perfect face. You must spend a lot of time doing your face, love. Eyebrows and all that. Perfect face. Happy birthday, David. Happy birthday to the lovely Twain Smith, who I haven't seen for ages and ages. Happy birthday, Twain. I think you've been doing your eyebrows as well, looking at that picture, dear. Happy birthday, Twain. Paul Phillip. Happy birthday to Paul. Cordy, you didn't say it was your birthday, darling. She's been with us all morning. Happy birthday to Cordy. Cordy, 46 years old today. Natasha Tovelli. No, Natasha Tavel, 27 years old today. Happy birthday to you, Natasha. Christofer Holland, love in the dark glasses. Happy birthday, Christofer. And Charlene Wise. I didn't know you were 33, Charlene. I thought you was like 20 years old. Which is a good thing. That's a good thing, Charlene, to look younger than you really are. I do, don't I? You know, I'm often asked, when I go in to pick up my prescriptions, they do ask me for identity, to check my age. So happy birthday to you as well, Charlene, okay? I've pushed the music button there, all right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Brandon and Geraldine, David, Twain, Paul, Cordy and Natasha and Christofer and Charlene. Happy birthday to you. Oh, I got them all in, didn't I? All right, it was a little bit mumbled and jumbled, but I do my best. Right, that's it for the show today. Any final messages to read to you? Just a moment, because I've lost them again now. It's very, very complex. There we are. Have we done all the messages? Ah, there we go. Duke, you're a bit late for the number now. I finished, mate. Far too late. Far too late. 20 minutes ago, you asked for the number. I opened the line and you didn't call in. What's all that about, dear? Do try and keep up with us, dear. Nathan says, look for a place called Big Pit. No, it's not my home, but what I look at in the morning when I open the blinds. I bet you've got a really nice look out your window, haven't you? I bet you have. It's like that in the Lincolnshire Wolds where Sandra is as well. Oh, it's just so stunning to wake up in the morning and just see fields that go on forever and ever and no buildings or cars. Oh, God, how can anyone ever live in a city? Right, I'm going now. Have a nice day, boys and girls. And thank you very much for watching and listening to the show today. Don't forget, tonight I shall be hosting a quiz that's at the King's Head Theatre Bar in Upper Street, Islington. 8:30 to 10:30 every Wednesday night, quiz night at the King's Head Theatre Bar, Upper Street in Islington. Have a nice day. See you soon. Bye-bye now.